Tell people what your journey's been about. Don't hold back on sharing your story because it's those little moments, those trials and tribulations, and the happy moments that people are going to really find intriguing. Like instead of saying, "How was your day?" ask them, "What made your day great?" And then come back with a moment about somebody you met at a coffee shop or, walking seriously. That's one word of advice. Share those moments because that's what's going to start a conversation, build confidence, and get you connected to people.
So that just triggered a thought. In today's generation, I mean, the teenagers, I mean, even college students, we are not as communicative in person. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes. Social
Mm.
media, people are using even now AI tools like ChatGPT to figure out what to say. What is your advice to find that balance between the current technology and the skill of communication for parents who want to try to, guide their children in the right direction?
It's really challenging. And I think this is because we're living in these times, we're kind of figuring it all out. I believe AI is a fantastic tool. It's a co-pilot thing. I mean, I can use it myself as a business owner to do research, to help with systems and routines and things I need on a daily basis. Correct grammar, if you will. Although it's not a perfect thing, and it certainly doesn't understand human emotion. It can talk about things that it reads on, in the internet, but it cannot feel like
Mm,
humans feel. And it certainly won't have your stories and your personal experiences. And what I'm going to suggest young people do is even when they're on the phone scrolling, think of how you feel when you're looking at some of these things. Think of your experience while you're taking in that information. How does it make you feel? And when you can put an emotional word to that, sit in that emotion and then think of how you can grow with that. Like, did that make me feel good? Great. Maybe when I meet with my friends, I can replicate that good feeling. Or I could think about other times with friends I've had good feelings or bad feelings. So you start to understand what is different from one piece of content versus another, or one experience one on one with friends versus another experience with family. These are all experiences, and you have that emotional sort of feedback loop within yourself. So we really need to connect and just ask yourself, how do I feel about what I'm experiencing right now?
I see. Now, going back to the question of what you would change. So, let's say hypothetically you are in your 20s and you have your current speaking communication skills. What would you do differently today? I mean, if you were 20 today, what would you do? What actions would you take with your current skill set?
I would absolutely, absolutely speak up more. I'd raise my hand more. I would volunteer to lead groups. I would not be afraid to present ideas where I've held back. Sitting in a room, not feeling like I had permission at the table, I would override that idea because I was invited to the table. And I would change the whole idea and say, no, I was invited. I'm here. Say what you need to say. Nobody might agree with me, but at least say it.
Can you tell our listeners what is your story? Take us back to your story of how you fully got into being a coach and making this your full-time passion and career.
Well, it really is interesting. And I'm glad you asked me to reflect on that because I don't believe, or let's put it this way, what's really helped me serve others is I don't ask them to do anything that I haven't gone through myself. So remembering that journey of having those knees knocking at that conference and then going through Toastmasters and different speaking courses and feeling all those emotions of shame, humility, I didn't get it right, and constantly putting myself out there to speak and trying different things was really the best way I was able to get to a place where I started going, you know what? Some of those things don't matter because other people are going through it too. And when I started sharing my honest stories and journeys with others and helping them get to that place of confidence and belief and motivation, like reflect on why you love what you do. Don't tell me what you do. Why do you love to do what you do? That transformation of others is really what motivated me to see the fact when my client that I talked about earlier said, that was a breakthrough moment. To hear that, or somebody say, you've changed my life, what more can I ask for? It was so, that's a big responsibility and a
Yeah.
level of trust. But I really believe, as I've said, because I'm sharing what I've gone through and aren't asking my clients to do anything I haven't done before. I know I got here, and that's why I know I guarantee they too will get there too.
Wow. Okay. So currently, after going through many things in life and transitioning careers, what is a fulfilling life to you today that may have been different, let's say 20 years from now? What does a fulfilled life look like to you today?
Being in the present moment, being here with you and with your audience and speaking to what you're asking me, that I believe is part of a current conversation, as opposed to my head thinking 10 steps ahead. What would sound good? What am I doing next week for dinner with my friends? I've spent so much of my life looking to reach the end goal. And what I'm doing now is being present and enjoying the process and the journey before me, that experience.
Yes, I feel like a lot of high achieving or motivated people really have that problem that we always want a new goal, new
Yeah,
finish line, and we forget to be present and enjoy the moment. And we're like, well, I worked so hard and this is it. I got, this
right,
degree or this certificate or this meaning. And
right. One thing at a time. Imagine that.
yes.
Great news. The conversation continues. When you subscribe, like, and ring the bell, you'll know when a new episode has released. As always, speak remarkably.